Hello guys, so today we are going to begin a new series on history of MP where we are going to discuss history of complete India with respect to MP, keeping the key dynasties of MP in mind, what was the scenario at that time and how things turned up in terms of MP. So our major focus is going to be Madhya Pradesh. So let's begin with the ancient history, the very first part of it. So ancient history is what we'll be discussing in today's lecture. So ancient history could be divided in five parts, we may say. The first one is Paleolithic, Mesolithic, Neolithic, followed by Chalcolithic, and Iron Age. These are the five segregations that we are going to discuss as we proceed further in the ancient history. So, in terms of ancient history, just keep in mind that the whole time period is divided in terms of these five periods, and these five periods are Paleo, Meso, Neo, Chalco, and Iron Age. So, these five segments are going to cover complete ancient history. So, let's begin with the first one, that is the Paleolithic age. Age. Paleolithic age basically comprises of the time period up to 10,000 BC. Okay, so up to 10,000 BC, whatever is happening in and around the world is considered to be of the Paleolithic age, as we can understand that in 10,000 BC, that is before Christ. So before 10,000 BC, we don't have much of the documentation or much of the resources to confirm the happenings of that particular time. So this particular period is not very important, but yeah, there are some facts that might come in the examination. So we must know at least about that, about those things. So the Paleolithic period was basically the time period of up to 10,000 BC. Okay, so as the humans were very primitive in that particular period, so their major occupation was hunting. They hunt and gather. So what they do is they are doing hunting and gathering. And for that hunting and gathering, what they are using is they are using small tools. These are made up of various stuff like rocks, bones. As they are not aware of metal or anything, the major things that they are using for making their tools are rocks and bones. These are small tools because they are not very much aware of the engineering and stuff. Engineering is not very well known to them. So what they are doing, they are hunting for getting the food and also gathering the stuff in and around which they can eat. And for the hunting, they are using small tools. And basically, in this period, the settlements are along the river. Or as we proceed further, we'll get to know that all of the ages, in every of the age, the settlements are across the rivers. So these rivers accommodate these people of the age, and the settlements are usually found along the river. So if we talk about MP, the major river is Narmada. So Narmada is the river which accompanies the settlement of Paleolithic people in MP. So in and around across Narmada, you'll find the various sites of this particular period. So whenever a question comes about the site of any particular age, like if they ask about the Paleolithic age, you must keep in mind that the settlement is specifically across Narmada. So you will keep this thing in mind while deciding the answer. Okay. Also, the major thing about Paleolithic people is they are hunters and gatherers. They don't know about settlings. They don't settle, and also they have no idea about agriculture. Agriculture is not known to them. Agriculture is only introduced in the later Mesolithic age. So till the end of Mesolithic, people were not very much aware of the agriculture and stuff. So the important aspect of Paleolithic people is these are hunters and gatherers. They live in caves. They live in rock shelters. Rock shelters is their home. So whenever you'll find any of the place which is the site of Paleolithic, it must be a cave where people would have settled for a particular period or people have carved out. So, what are the key highlights of Paleolithic? They are hunters and gatherers, small tools are used, they are settled across the river, that is Narmada in our case, and agriculture is not known to them, and they used to live in rock shelters. So now let's discuss the most important thing of this particular period, which MPPSC is most interested in, and that is the sites. So the sites of Paleolithic period, the first one is Bhimbetka. Bhimbetka is the site. And now I'll ask one thing, where is Bhimbetka? So here is the map of MP. It's better that you must remember the sites with terms of present MP because the question will come like Bhimbetka is present in which district of Madhya Pradesh, and you'll have to answer in that perspective. So we know that it must be across Narmada. So somewhere around where Narmada flows, it must be somewhere around there only. And in our case, the Bhimbetka is in Raisen. So you must keep in mind Bhimbetka is the site which is in Raisen. So here is Bhimbetka in Obedullah Ganj you'll find Obedullah Ganj is the station where you have to. It is the station where you have to get down to reach Bhimbetka caves. So Bhimbetka is in Raisen district. And earlier, MPPSC had asked once about this Bhimbetka site, and where they have asked that Bhimbetka is in which district. So you must keep in mind Bhimbetka is in Raisen district of MP. Other than this, these are the rock shelters which we have already discussed that people of this age use shelters of made up of rock for their living. So the important thing is that this site is being discovered by Vishnu Wakankar. MPPSC had already asked a question about this, that who discovered the Bhimbetka site, and it is Vishnu Wakankar. So keep this thing in mind and also keep Raisen in mind because MPPSC had earlier asked Bhimbetka is in which district. So these two questions are already been asked by the MPPSC. So keep in mind MPPSC may ask it in future as well. Other than this, Bhimbetka is in Raisen. Also, you must know one thing that it is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and in which year it is declared UNESCO World Heritage Site. It is the year of 2003 when this site has become the World Heritage Site. Other than this, there is one more site of Paleolithic period, that is Hathnora. Hathnora. Hathnora is in district Sihor. Sihor district. And now the question comes, who discovered this site? It is an important question. As MPPSC had earlier asked about Bhimbetka, it may ask about other sites as well. So Hatnora Paleolithic site is being found by Arun Sonakia. He is an archaeologist who discovered this site on 5th December 1982. You don't have to remember this fact as it is very rare that MPPSC will get into such nitty-gritties of this. So you must keep in mind who discovered Hatnora. Arun Sonakia is the one who discovered Hatnora. And what we have found here is we have found some stone tools along with human skull fossil. Human skull fossil is found here. Okay. So this is all about Hathnora. Then the next and the most and another important site is Mahadev Pipariya. Mahadev Pipariya is the site. Mahadev Pipariya. It is in Hoshangabad. It is being discovered by H.D. Sakalia. You must remember these names as MPPSC is very particular in asking such stuff about the sites. And from here as well, the stone tools are found. So these are the three important sites which you should know. Other than this, near Bheda Ghat of Jabalpur, Bheda Ghat in Jabalpur, some some rock tools are found. And other than this, there are few of the sites, but you should know these four sites because MPPSC may ask questions regarding this. So this is all about Paleolithic period. Now we will jump to the next phase of human development, that is Mesolithic era. Mesolithic era is basically the period of 6,000. Mesolithic era is basically the period of 6,000 to 10,000, or we'll rather say 10,000 to 6,000 BC, because we'll get in reverse chronology. So 10,000 comes first, then 6,000. So 10,000 to 6,000 BC is the period of Mesolithic era. As we have seen, humans were settled in rock shelters, and also they make tools. But in Mesolithic, humans get bit of the knowledge of engineering, and they started developing bit fine tools. The tools get fine, and these are called microliths. And what are these fine microliths? Like, you can find arrowheads, which need a bit of fine craftsmanship. So arrowheads are their blades and some sharp tools of ivory and bones. So these are the microliths which are used in the Mesolithic era. And also along with that, human learned to domesticate animals. So here domestication started. Earlier they are just the hunter and gatherers, but now they hunt, gathers, as well as domesticates animals, and also fishing is what they learn. They also learn fishing. So in this way, people have developed some of the skills of domestication, and this is all about this period. Basically, people have just evolved a bit. They are also now aware of domestication. There is no major evidence of agriculture. So they are not very well aware of agriculture. So you must keep in mind this is the period where agriculture is not there, no evidences of house building is there. So this is all about this period. And now let's talk about some of the important sites which MPPSC might be interested in. So the site which is of important importance is Adamgarh. Adamgarh is the site which is of our concern. Adamgarh is the site which is of our concern, and it is located, its location is very important. So it is located in the south of Hoshangabad district. Okay, 3 kilometers from Hoshangabad district. Basically, it is in Hoshangabad. And if we talk about the person, the archaeologist who found this site is Manoranjan Ghosh. Found this site. Along with that, Bhimbetka is also the site. Bhimbetka is also the site of importance of this period as well. Other than this, Bagh Caves. Bagh Caves of Dhar. Bagh Caves of Dhar are also the important site of Mesolithic era. Now the final period for today, that is the Neolithic period. Neolithic Neolithic period falls from 6000 to 2000 BC. Okay, so now since the time has passed, humans learned a lot, like they have refined their tools, they are now good at hunting and gathering, they have already domesticated animals, but now the humans started settling. Settling started in this period. Now they are forming small settlements along with domestication, and also small scale farming. Small scale farming is what is known to them in this period only. So small scale farming and agriculture activities accompanied humans in this particular period, that is the Neolithic age. You must keep this thing in mind. So if agriculture and farming came, people started developing tools which are very fine so that they can use them particularly for specific purpose, like hunting is not the only purpose. Now they need tool for, so here they need tool for farming as well, so human developed their skill in tool making as well. So tool making skills got pretty much enhanced in this period. And if now talk about the important thing which MPPSC is very much interested in is the sites. So the sites are Shamla Hills. Shamla Hills, where it is, you all, I think all of you might know about it. It is in Bhopal, along with that Bhedaghat of MP, Bhedaghat of Jabalpur, along with that Tilwara Ghat. It is also in Jabalpur, Lamecha Ghat, Jabalpur, along with this Riva. These are the sites of Neolithic period. So Neolithic period is confined to these particular places, and this is all about Neolithic. So we have discussed about the three periods: Paleo, Meso, and Neolithic. These after them, what comes is the Metal Age, we may say, and Chalcolithic and Iron Age is what we'll be discussing in our next lectures.